up, everyone? It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sofia's Football Talk. Hope that everyone is doing great. Wasn't able to do a live match preview for this stream here, but regardless, we are here and we're going to be talking firstly about a new deal for Luke Shaw, a 4-year deal as his current and former deal was due to expire in 2024. So I'll react a little bit to that and, of course, dive into the game on Sunday, Newcastle versus Man United, predicting the score, the lineup, and all that good stuff. So it'll still be the proper, setup of the type of match preview that I do, just a shorter one and not live. But regardless, I will of course be back for the watch alongs and whatnot this weekend. So yeah, make sure that you guys, of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already, and also subscribe as it does help the channel to grow and whatnot. We are growing every day, and once again, thank you guys so much for your constant support. But yeah, let's talk about this. I mean, Luke Shaw, I was saying early on in the season, I was saying, I'll give Luke Shaw this season. But there were times where I was thinking, I don't know, this guy has been here for like what 8+ years and whatnot, a long time, right? He came here in, believe it was 2015 under Louis Van Gaal. I mean, me and Luke Shaw, like we were born the same year, so he's 27. I turned 28 last month. He'll be 28 also, I believe, later on this year. So, he still has some years left of him, and with an additional 4 years to be here, I I don't think it's a bad thing. It's been very much clear how much of a vital and integral part he has been to Ten Hag's project, with playing as a left back, but also oftentimes with the absence of, for instance, a Lisandro Martinez, he's been in that left center back position as well, arguably over like a Maguire that you could have put there, even ahead of a Victor Lindelöf. But Ten Hag still decided in certain games, no, no, no. Even when Martinez sometimes was available, he still was like, no, actually, in this game, I prefer to have a Luke Shaw. He had my fellow Norwegian, Ali Braut Haaland, you know, wrapped around his finger in his back pocket, in that return Manchester Derby, right, when we were at our ground a couple of months ago. So, hey, I feel like he's proven that he can be very important, and he has been very good this season. There's just literally just a few games where I could be like, okay, no, that this has not been good and whatnot. Early on, the two first games in this season, and he was put in the bench, and you had Malacia, from Feyenoord, the Dutch men, who then played well. But then Luke Shaw is also a person that, oh, you think you're going to take my spot? It's kind of in a way when you have somebody to really challenge you, it definitely in a lot of ways helps you mentally with thinking, okay, I gotta step up. You know what I'm saying? And he's a person maybe that does need that, so it's not a bad thing. Um, for me, my concern has maybe been the consistency of performances throughout his tenure at Man United, but he has proved this season that he is important, so I don't mind it. I actually do think it is an important deal, and I don't mind it at all. So congrats to Luke Shaw for that, and hey, that's it. So I'm happy. Like I said, 4 year, definitely a part of it. In 4 years, the kid will be what, 32? If my math isn't horrible, Lord have mercy, we will be 32 in 4 years. Damn. But yeah, regardless, 32. So obviously, still a part of this Man United, you know, new Man United, if that makes sense. So yeah, not a bad thing. Let's move on to the actual game, shall we? When it comes to the game for Sunday, I mean, we do have some injuries updates and whatnot. So we have a Varane, who is back from injury, potentially, hopefully, will be available and play. He will be available, but I don't necessarily know if he's going to be starting. We'll talk about a little bit about that at the end of this video. But also, Anthony Martial could finally be available after being gone for a long time. Let's just say that. Okay, he's been on training, yada yada yada, for weeks on weeks end, but it does look very apparent that Ten Hag is slowly trying to ease him back to this Man United team, and it's going to be quite interesting. Marcel Sabitzer did have some type of injury pain after the first game for Austria in the Euro Cup 2024 qualifiers, where he did score twice. Okay, a wonderful free kick goal, also had an assist. But potentially could still be available. We'll see. Will McTominay then be given a chance? Will he do it, Matt? I mean, he's had a very good Euro Cup qualifiers, but doesn't he often do very well for Scotland? Maybe it's done even better now. Scored twice against, I believe, Cyprus and then Spain. So, he's doing his thing. But it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. For me, this game is going to be tough. It's going to be away at St. James's Park. A couple of months ago, we played, obviously a Premier League game that was at our ground. It was 1-1. A game where a lot of chances were spoiled here and there. Probably Man United should have won that game. We weren't just clinical enough. In the Carabao Cup final, we all know what happened. We won. But let's not completely mug off Newcastle in any way, shape, or form because they still were very good in that game. I would say they just weren't able to maybe nick it in the end. We were just clinical, which was the problem in the Premier League game, right? But this game, I am not expecting this to be easy peasy whatsoever. I don't. I think this is going to be quite difficult, but I still believe that we can win. Um, Casemiro obviously is not available for this game. It's basically the first of you know, the three Premier League games that he'll be out for, and he was also out for the Fulham game. So a 4 games, ban, which technically the second one is about to be, done with, and then 2 more. Quite annoying that we don't have a proper, like, not even like a half of a replacement for him, but we'll have to wait. And, obviously, this just makes it very clear that we do need to go into the summer window, get a couple of midfielders in, especially another DM who can, switch here and there and be maybe in a few years a former replacement in what way, you know what I'm saying? So right now we have to make do with some of the midfielders that we have, but I still do think it's gonna be, like I said, a difficult game. Um, a game where if Newcastle wins, they'll go ahead of us. We'll be joint when it comes to points. I believe we might have a game in hand, but regardless, the goal difference is, better, for them than it is for us. We've been, conceding, in some games conceding a lot of goals, but also in other games not scoring enough goals. So that's something that I want us to, of course, be better at when it comes to next season. But this is a game, even though I would, of course, I would love for us to win. I won't be upset depending on how the game goes. I won't be upset if we draw the game because once again, if we draw the game and then hopefully win the game against Brentford, which is going to be away. No, not away, at home on Wednesday, and then next Saturday, which is going to be also home at Everton. So it'll be interesting if we have an, Alexander Isak here. Where is he? There he is. There he is. The other way. The other way. There he is. You know what I'm saying? And Alexander Isak, the Eritrean by ethnicity, Swedish by nationality, who's been slowly cooking a little, but not gonna lie, we have Jolinton back from suspension, who I assumed that was not gonna be available, but he will be. Sam Maxima not available due to injury. I believe also Anthony Gordon not available. We have, a Bruno Guimaraes. Miguel Berg could also not be available, but regardless, they'll be up for it. they're out of all cup competitions and whatnot, so they are gonna be up for it. 100%. I just hope, one, please, that we do win this game. But let's of course quickly tune into or talk about the predicted lineup for me. So when it comes to the lineup, we have, the hand goal, we have a Wan-Bissaka that I feel like, I mean, even though Maxima would be available, not available, I still would think that Wan-Bissaka would be a better option in this game, just in my opinion. Luke Shaw, I'm not completely sure whether or not Varane would be available. If we don't have a Varane available, then a Victor Lindelöf wouldn't be a bad replacement regardless. Luisano Martinez, hey, not completely sure about Sabitzer, but I would prefer to have Sabitzer and Fred because they have played a couple of times together already in the absence of Casemiro when, the first time he got the red card and had like a 3-game match ban and whatnot. So I think that could be nice. And then you can bring on a McTominay from the bench if needs be. We have Anthony on the right, who, there's potential there. He's scoring when you need him to. In some big games, brother be scoring. He just needs to be better with, you know, working on his right foot, which is obviously his weaker foot. If he does that, then hey, you got something. We have Bruno Fernandes, of course, in that, attacking mid role. I decided to put Rashford on the left and have a Veghorst up top because, um, Eric Ten Hag has been very clear about a Veghorst you know, doing his job and whatnot. Like he has been pretty content with he's doing what I want him to do and whatnot. And oftentimes when you have a Vic Horse, we do be winning. You know what I'm saying? Or we do be performing well, which, he's not wrong about. Of course, a lot of us would, we would love to see a Wood Vickers getting on the scoreline and whatnot. But hey, I also am thinking if Anthony Martial is on the bench, you can bring him on for maybe the last 20 minutes or so, the last 10 minutes, last something like that, something to seize out the game. So I'll say all this to say my prediction for the game will be a 2-1 win, but it's going to be a scrappy win. And I have said in other match previews or just videos in general with the fact that, we're at this stage of the season, right? With it being, at least for us, we've played so many games back to back. We still have lots of other games coming ticking in. I do have to be honest and say, okay, performance is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be all that. But if we just make sure that we get the W, we get the points, especially when it comes to the league, that we get the points that we need, and in the cup games we win them, that's all I focus on at this point. I still want to get top four. I want to be third. I don't want to be like, okay, just throw away top four and just get the cup, a couple of more cups. No, no, no. I still want to get top four. We have been in third for a while now, so it would be great if we do get third, and then maybe another cup. If that be the FA Cup or Europa League, in my opinion, I think Europa League will probably be a better chance. But you never know. You never know. We will have to wait and see. But this is a team, and also Ten Hag did say that he still does want De Gea to stay, as he was asked about that, because of the contract, process with De Gea getting a new one and whatnot as it is due this June. De Gea did decline the first contract offer, but United is still pretty content with or very much optimistic on the deal being done. And Ten Hag was, he has been given a green light that he does want De Gea to stay. Um, as well as, of course, a Rashford. Dalot's deal is also being worked on. So, hey, there are a couple of players that maybe you would assume last season, no, it's done. There's no future here. It's not going to work on the Ten Hag, but no. And especially with the hair, I do want to do a proper stream about that, especially once the deal gets done and whatnot. I do think it's important to do a stream to kind of hear other people's opinions. But my opinion, as some of you guys know, I've been very much honest about uh, always appreciated the hair. Of course, there's some deficiencies that he has, some stuff that he's lacking, whatnot. But when it comes to shot stopping, I feel comfortable, man. And that's what I want to focus on. At some point, you do need to address the goalkeeper situation, but is that something that we need to do right now? Not really. Maybe get a second goalkeeper, would mind. But hey, we'll talk about that in another day. Regardless, that is it for this, what should I say? match preview, a little bit of a team news talk and whatnot. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up, as well as also subscribing to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow for a Man City Liverpool watch along. Yes, yes, yes. And then a watch along for, of course, Newcastle United versus Manchester United on Sunday, as well as a live match reaction straight after. So make sure that you are subscribed and that you do hit that notification bell button so that you don't miss out on all of that good stuff. Yes. Have a lovely day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. See you soon. Peace out. Bye.